Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a quick Piney podcast. Uh, just, I'm just disgusted at my governor. New Jersey beer virus travel quarantine now applies to all except 4 states. Really? what? What's the point? What's the point of having 4 states you could go to, Murphy? You micromanaging busybody idiot. Governor Tyrant Phil Murphy. Governor Tyrant Phil Murphy, I added the tyrant, has a new message for anyone who wants to travel outside of New Jersey. Don't. Oh. But except for 4 states, New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, because jobs and family likely make travel to those locations essential. Oh, you finally figured that out, did you? You finally figured out that you can't ban travel to Delaware where people go to work? Or Philadelphia? Idiot. People go to New York, too. And they go all the way up to New York and Connecticut. I mean, I couldn't take that commute, but... and thank God I don't have a job in New York right now. You know, Murphy will posture and say, like, I'm trying to help you people. I'm trying to help you people. He's not trying to help anybody. He's trying to help his political career. It is higher hospitalizations. There are more cases. But what you have to understand is people under the age of 50 are going to survive this unless they've got some underlying condition no one saw. Unless they're extremely unlikely, like winning the bad times lottery lucky. Otherwise, they're going to be fine. You're destroying the state over the flu. And when you destroy enough people's lives, they'll have nothing to lose. And when they reach that point, that's when they get dangerous. That's when it gets very dangerous. You know, I'm fortunate that I have family to fall back on and resources. I don't have a lot, but I have my family. But other people in New Jersey, I can't imagine. I can't imagine some of the people that I know or used to know who they had nothing. They were barely hanging on. And I can't imagine some of them would have made it through this, especially with this back and forth. This is the worst part of Murphy, and this, unfortunately, is not going to motivate people. It's the one thing sort of saving it, this half-ass in it, going back and forth. Well, I might put on this, I might put on that. It's actually bad for businesses. You know, and he thinks he's going to do good, but he will be remembered as probably the worst governor we've ever had. You know, Chris Christie didn't endear himself to anybody. We all hated him. But this guy, that's way in the past now. Sign me up for the next Republican governor, as long as he's not Christie. Yeah, sure. You put Christie in that role, forget it. Forget it. That's when I start thinking about a move. He banned indoor sports again. Healthy young people playing sports. Banned it. Oh, and he's got all these rules. You gotta test and There were 3,199 cases on Monday with a state positivity rate of 11.34%. Yeah, except that the test is only 50 to 70% effective, and you're counting the flu cases as beer virus. So what does that mean? Is it even that many cases? No, we don't know. We don't know because you use bad science. But you have enough bad science that you can push it on people and say, I know what I'm talking about. All indoor youth and adult sports are being placed on full pause effective 6 a.m. on December 5th through January 2nd, 2021. We're seeing outbreaks related to indoor sports, and this will help slow the spread. No, only exceptions, collegiate level and professional teams. Oh, okay, I guess those guys get to play, where kids have to suffer. That makes a lot of sense. Slowing the spread was so the hospitals wouldn't get overwhelmed. You're not overwhelming the hospitals even with 4,000 cases a day because most of these cases don't go to the hospitals. The hospitals aren't being overrun. The hospital cases are higher, but they're not overwhelming the hospital. There's so much data against this. Even the WHO is against the lockdowns. Oh no, but I got to do a lockdown. And here's the kicker. Here's the part I love. 69% of residents don't cooperate with contact tracers. Good. I'll be one of them. I will not cooperate with your contact tracers. F you. And I probably don't even know if I got a call from a contact tracer. Because like most normal people with a smartphone, I see a number that I don't know and go, I'm not answering that. Who do I know in Trenton? The end. That's why people aren't cooperating with the 3,000 contact tracers who you're paying a government salary to for a whole year, plus benefits, plus a living wage, to call people on the phone and not get an answer 70% of the time. Real good. Real good, Murphy. It's just what I wanted to do. Front my tax money so 3,000 idiots can call people on the phone like telemarketers do. 3,000 people. Let's just do the math. Living wage, let's just say it's low. Let's say it's super low. Let's say it's $30K a year. $30K. Now you add in the benefits, that's at least another, let's say 10, because they're government benefits, plus all the little bells and whistles the government employees get. That's $40K a year times 3,000 workers. And that doesn't even count the offices they have to go to, the phones they have to use, the desks they have to sit at, the chairs, the break rooms, the everything associated with an office. But let's put that aside and just do the math on 40,000 times 3. Well, 3 employees would be $120,000 a year. Not a lot of money when you consider the state budget is over, I believe it's like almost $10 billion. But wait, if it's 30, it's $1.2 million a year. If it's 300 contact tracers, it's $12 million a year. But if it's 3,000, and check me on my math, but I think I'm doing this correctly, you're talking $120 million a year just to pay these people to sit around and call people on the phone who don't answer 70% of the time. Who probably aren't in danger, by the way. They're not in danger of beer virus. They're in danger of going broke because there's no jobs, there's no businesses, there's nowhere to go. What are you trying to do? I mean, what are you trying to do? 2% of contacts refuse to participate at all, according to the governor. Duh. Please take the call. Please cooperate with them, Murphy said. I can't say it enough. There is no witch hunt. Our contact tracers are not out to snitch on anyone. How can you even guarantee that? Assuming I believed it, how can you even guarantee that safety? I don't think you can. I don't think you can guarantee anything. You got a bunch of randos calling people. There's no precedent for this. There's no special training involved. You just have people calling random people on the phone. Well, not totally random, but people who apparently have been near someone who may have had the beer virus and may have tested for it or in the hospital or whatever. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. I mean, you can leave them a message, say, get tested for COVID. You were near somebody with COVID, I guess. But people still have to work. As this gets worse and people don't have any money, they're going to ignore everything you do. Everything. Okay? If you don't have any symptoms, you don't have to go get tested. I have not been tested for COVID the entire time. I've never been tested once. I've never been sick since then. I had a mask on a month before everybody else, but I haven't been tested. Do you know why? Because the test is only 50 to 70% effective. So it's not worth it. I won't know if I'm sick. If I get sick, I'd go get tested. But I'm not sick. I don't have any symptoms. And like most people, I'm going to live my life until someone stops me, I guess. I got to go to work. I got to make money. I have things to do. Despite Tyrant Governor Phil Murphy's wish that I don't do anything but sit at home and collect a check. Oh, and listen to this. Our contact tracers are not out to snitch on anyone. Their sole focus is making sure you've been exposed, you've been exposed, so you can take steps to protect yourselves or your loved ones or your community. Period. Yeah, I don't think you were thinking about your community when you and your family were at a restaurant without your mask, and then you had to scramble for your mask. I don't think you worry about your family at all because you're rich and you got a mansion. You got 3 mansions. I believe it's Germany, Italy, and the United States in New Jersey. And people are starting to protest, Murphy. People are starting to get mad. You shut down this state. Look, I'm not making any threats. I'm just stating a fact. I think you will regret it. I think people will go bananas. I mean, there's a guy in my town. He opened a new business right before the virus. There was a bodega in town. He gutted it, and he built I believe it's called like Kids Karate or something like that. And he built a whole new business. He built rock climbing walls and, exercising areas and all this stuff for kids. And he was going to open a business called I think it's called Kids Karate. He's got a sign and everything. He did all that work, and then the beer virus hit, and now what's he supposed to do? He can't open. Does he even have any money left at this point? Who knows? When you open a business, you got to spend a bunch of money just to get it going. You have to invest a ton of capital. You have to advertise. How can he possibly open under these conditions? Oh, you could do it. Oh, you could be inside. Oh, yeah, we'll give you 25%. Oh, maybe we'll raise it up. Oh, wait, no, we're pulling it back. You can't open a business under those circumstances. So it hasn't opened. He was going to open in March or April. This is November. It's been open that long. I have no idea what the status is of the place. I assume he's probably just thrown up his hands and walked away at this point. If anything, he's lucky he hasn't, if he didn't sign a lease already, although he probably did if he did all the renovation. But, I mean, I can only imagine how many hundreds of times that's been repeated across the state and across the country. Oh, but you don't care. Goldman Sachs millionaire who will never have to worry about not paying a bill. You live in a mansion. You got the cops to protect you block off your whole street when the protesters come. Must be nice. Must be nice to have a palatial mansion to romp around in when everybody else is stuck in their apartment or their house, whittling the ways to the hours, wondering where they're going to get money to live. Oh, but I'm sure you'll give us a handout that won't be enough. Gotta end on a happy note. South Jersey boy holds annual benefit hot cocoa stand with twist due to pandemic. For the 4th year, 8-year-old Jordan, I can't pronounce his last name, is making sure other kids have a good Christmas. He started a hot cocoa stand behind Gloucester County Toys for Tots and Chops, and the family uses donations to buy toys for children in need. Last year, they raised $4,000. Good for you, kid. Good for you. There's still nice people in this state. It's a shame a guy like Phil Murphy has to be our governor. A guy who, he's not really nice. He pretends to be nice. He pretends to care. Well, I won't pretend that I'm going to vote for him. I'm going to do everything in my power to get him out of office.